Hey there, so today I'm giving you a strategic warm-up to help you find more of your mixed voice, less weight in your chest voice, and support your contemporary sound. From bluegrass to blues, some voices get stuck in a sound that's kind of breathy or airy and not very resonant. Now there are a number of reasons why that can happen, but one contributor is how those singers are shaping their vowels. So to shake it up a bit and find a brighter, more clear sound, we're going to use a vowel whose essence is naturally bright and couple it with an N consonant and a Y glide. So nya as in yeah with an N. So the A vowel is the same as in cat, Ash, and in the names Andrew and Andrea. And I'm going to add a glide into that, so as you say yeah, as in yeah, then I'm going to take it one step further by adding a focusing N right on the front. So N is a nasal consonant, and that will help us find like a high buzzy vibration feeling in the nasal cavity from the onset of the sound. Now don't worry, I am not trying to make you sound nasal when you sing. I'm not a fan of that either, but this exercise used strategically will help you find more clarity in your tone and just make it more fun to sing those modern songs that you love. Now, oftentimes in voice, we need to explore the voice in an extreme way to kind of shift old habits and discover a new way of doing things, and then use the part that's really working for us in that exercise and add it into our technique. So get ready to make some extreme nya sounds in the warm-up. It's not going to be pretty, and that's okay. So I'm going to start here, right here at about G4, okay? And here's the example. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Now, I use the N to focus that onset. It's a great way to kind of feel that buzzy space. Now we all may feel it differently, but I really feel it in the nasal cavity as it is a nasal consonant. And then I open up, now this is important, I open up to that glide feeling. I really feel the sound moving for me from the nasal cavity to the hard palate, and then I allow the A vowel to travel to the lifted soft palate. Now this lifted soft palate will keep the sound from really being too strident. Allowing this idea of the movement is really the key for me. If I don't do it, it kind of gets stuck in the nose and the hard palate. This is what that sounds like. Nya, 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 which might be great for some character voices, but for my singing and for the contemporary stuff that I want to get back into that soft palate like I talked about, because that's the place that I can use as I apply to my contemporary singing, okay? Nya, 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 nya. Using that N to really set myself up gets me in that high buzzy feeling, which for me allows also the tongue and the throat to feel a little more relaxed, okay? Let's try some more. Nya, 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 nya. 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 Remember Fran Drescher from The Nanny, or Janice from Friends? We're going for that type of the nya, nya, nya. I know it's not pretty, but it's strategic. So when we want to look at the high notes, right? Because that's where a lot of us kind of need that clarity and kind of move away from the breathy tones that can sometimes happen as we transition from chest to head voice. So as we get in for those high notes, nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Feel for that tiny place in the high notes. Nya, 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 nya. This is a great way of kind of working that mix or even a high belt, right? So the other day when I was working with a client, she was really using her chest voice up high, and we were playing with this nya feeling, and she described it as kind of like hooking in, right? Again, we all feel everything a little bit differently, but kind of hooking into that nasal cavity with that N, which felt really good for her, and it was tiny, okay? So now, on the lower notes, it could also feel very similar, tiny with that N. Nya, 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 nya. 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 Okay, so we're gonna get that tiny space in there. I'm not over opening. I don't feel like I'm trying to fill my whole mouth. I'm not feeling like I'm trying to push down to get those notes to be bigger than they are. I'm really wanting the resonance of that A vowel and the N to work for me. Because you see, that bright essence of this consonant vowel mix can really work on its own. So don't feel like you have to push it into place, right? The N is already there. The ya is happening and the as too. Explore creating the sound without pressure or drive. Really let it feel like that 6-year-old teasing on the playground. Nya, 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 nya. Okay, so now let's work on other vowels. Okay, so once you feel like, okay, I can do the nya, couple octaves and I can feel it, and it's not pretty, but I'm feeling it nice and buzzy. So then you can play with it, moving to the ah vowel. So what would that feel like? Nya, 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 nya. Now try it going to an O vowel. Nya, 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 nya. Then what about the E vowel? Or let's do the U vowel. Nya, nyu. And I'm letting my vibrato play. You can choose to do it straight tone or with vibrato. No big deal either way. The exercise still works the same. Let's try with your E vowel. In all of them, I'm really feeling that N to the ya first. Then moving from that hard palate to soft palate. Don't forget about lifting that soft palate so we get the richness of that vowel. Now, tongue position. Now, the A naturally gives us a lower tongue position, and in some respects, this really does support our contemporary sound. But still, do not push the tongue down or depress the tongue or retract the tongue. Just let the essence of the vowel work for you. You still want the vowel to be flexible and relatively loose when you're doing this exercise, okay? Now the tongue position, of course, is going to change when you move to those other vowels, A, E, O, U. Now, if you are worried about being too nasal, just check. Now the N is a nasal consonant, so if you go to the N, it's going to stop, right? But as you open up to the vowel, the A is not a nasal consonant, so you can play with it. A, okay? If your A stops, right, then it's too nasal. If it doesn't stop when you plug your nose, then you simply have a very bright vowel helping you to find your mixed voice. Cool, right? So now how can you apply it to your song? So the first thing you can do is you can nya your melody slowly, feeling the motion that we talked about, that nya. So I'm just going to make something up. Nya, 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 nya. I'm just going to nya all the way through it, feeling what that's like, making sure that the tone is clear and feeling brighter in some respect. Now, if there's higher notes or lower parts that just need an extra love, just spend some time on those notes, slowly feeling how you're making those pitches, okay? Just take your time, there's no rush. Now, on the challenging places, once you have found that nya, then go to the other vowels, right? So, nya, 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 nyu, nya, nya, nyu. Just playing around, but you can apply that to your song. So then you can ya or nya or new or nye, whatever you want, through your entire song, paying close attention to where you kind of lose your clarity or those vowels want to start slipping back into more of that fuzzy place. So just slow the exploration down. Then you can add your words, keeping the essence of the nya in the sound. So go slowly, because some consonants and vowels are going to want to pull you back into that fuzzy place again. Bring that essence of the nya. You can even work a word like say the nya on the note, then say the word. Say the nya on the note, then sing the word. Back and forth, feeling the essence of the nya in that sound. Remember to keep your breath balanced, moving, spinning, not too much breath, don't push, don't hold, okay? Let your jaw and your tongue and your neck be flexible and just allow your throat to be relaxed while you're doing this. If you find that your sound is fuzzy, muffled, breathy, or too dark, this nya can actually help you tap into a more brighter, clear sound. Really help you transition a little bit easier from that chest voice into your mixed voice. It'll help you sing those low notes with a little bit more resonance, all the while making your contemporary voice sound better. We like that, right? That's a good deal. Have fun with this strategic warm-up. Don't make it pretty in the beginning, okay? Just goof around and feel like the nanny or Janice, okay? And let me know how it goes. Until next time, rejoice in your voice. Bye-bye.